परमंश परिव्राजकाचार्य सुतर सदस्मान भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। आनंद कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री रविदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्ति वृंद की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपिनाथ श्याम सुंदर राधा कुंड की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। यमुना माई की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। नववेद भक्तवृंद की जय। All glories to their Srimad. All glories to their Srimad. All glories to their Srimad. Thank you very much.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Atvachainam Nityajatam. Atvachainam Nityajatam.
Prabhupada thinks that the combination of matter makes a living symptom. Their ultimate goal is nirvana. Nirvana means stop this combination. Due to this combination, we feel pains and pleasure. Therefore, if we disintegrate the combination, there will be no more pains and pleasure. Materialistic. Their solution, pains and pleasure, any philosophy or any religious system ultimately aims at attantik dukkha nivritti. Dukkha means pain. And nivritti. Nivritti means stop. Why people go to the church? Because they feel some pain, they go to church or temple to appeal. If there is somebody as God, they think like that. Let me appeal to the Supreme Person so that my distress may be mitigated. Aim is atmantik dukkha nivritti. We are also cultivating this Krishna consciousness. Our aim is also the same. Dukkha nivritti. Krishna says, Janma mrityu jara vyadi dukkha doshanudarshanam. We keep always in view that in this material existence there are four kinds of miserable conditions primarily, and to stop this dukkhalayam sasvatam, everyone's aim is dukkha nivritti. It may be presented in a different way. So The Buddha philosophy is also dukkha nivritti. Stop pains. Anandamaya abhyasa, we are, by nature, we want blissfulness. But we do not know how to become actually happy and blissful. That is ignorance. In the material world, they also want to enjoy. Everyone. They are thinking that this wine, woman, meat eating, gambling, intoxication, these things will give me pleasure. So attantik dukkha nivritti. The Bhagavad says that attantik dukkha nivritti means ultimate solution of miserable condition is in the fact that we realize God and we go back to home, back to God. This is our pleasure. And persons who cannot understand what is God, what is kingdom of God, they want to adjust. The aim is the same, attantik dukkha nivritti, ultimately solution of all, in a different way. So, Krishna says, putting forward the Buddha philosophy, which was formerly known as Lokaikas and Vaibhasikas, the two kinds of philosophers. They did not believe. Mostly the materialistic philosophers, they have no understanding of the soul, therefore they have different kinds of theories which we do not accept. Krishna says that if you are not Sanatanist or followers of the Vedic principle, if you think that your principle and views are different, that by combination of matter, this existence come in, atha chainam nitya jatam. Nitya means by combination of just like so many things are taking place by interaction of different material elements. Similarly, if you don't believe in this existence of the soul, if you think that there is no soul, the life is the result of combination of matter, nitya jatam, and when this combination of matter is somewhere or other dismantled, then there is no more soul. It is finished. It began at a point by combination of matter and it ends in a point by disintegration of matter. If you think like that, then also tathapi tang mahabaho. Krishna is criticizing Arjuna, mahabaho. Actually he is mahabaho. Mahabaho means mighty arm. One who has got a very strong, mighty arm. They can fight very strongly. Then also, why should you give up your fighting spirit? Why should you lament for combination of chemicals and material elements? Suppose this house is a combination of material elements. So, somewhere or other, if it is dismantled, who laments for it? No sane man will lament. Similarly, if you have no idea of the existence of soul, then also you do not require to lament. Tathapitang mahabhava nainam suchitam arhasi. Next verse.
Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityo, jatasya hi dhruvo mrityo, dhruvang janma mritasya cha, dhruvang janma mritasya cha, tasmada pariharyete, tasmada pariharyete, natvang shochitum arhasi, natvang shochitum arhasi. For one who has taken his birth, death is certain, and for one who is dead, birth is certain. Therefore, in the unavoidable discharge of your duty, you should not lament.
This is karma bhag. In the previous verse, Krishna tried to explain Bauddha bhag, Nastika bhag, atheism. Atheist means one who does not believe in the soul and God. These are correlative terms. If you understand what is soul, then you can understand what is God. If you understand what is God, then you can understand what is soul. But those who are agnostic, atheists, they neither believe in God nor in the soul. So, combination of matter, here Krishna says in a different way, that combination of matter is taking place and again it is being dismantled. That is going on. Either there is soul or not soul, just like Darwin's theory, evolution of material body. So that is going on. One body is created, and the same body again annihilated, another body created, another body, the same body, and it is going on. So where is the cause of lament? You cannot stop. You cannot stop this process. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityu dhruvang janma mritasya cha tasmad apari harje arthe. Duty. The same thing is going on. Duty is very important thing. Krishna is stressing on it. One cannot stop his duty. Then he becomes sinful. That is karma bhag. Just like so many people, they argue that if we discharge our duties nicely, then where is the need of accepting God? The karma philosophy is that if there is God, then He is giving us the result of our activities. As if I do nicely, then He gives me nice opportunity. And if I do not do things very nicely, I am put into suffering. So there is a karma phal data decides, there is a high court judge, he is giving judgment according to the case, different cases. Similarly, our goodness or badness will be decided according to our karma. That is also fact. Then what is the use of accepting one God? If I do my duties very nicely, then He must give me nice result. Why shall I worship Him? Why shall I become a devotee of God? It is His duty. This is karma. Everyone is trying to avoid the principle of devotional service. It is only we, the Krishna conscious person, we are advocating the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita, Manmana bhava mad bhakta madhyari mang namaskuru. Krishna says that always think of me. These Kauravadis, they will say, why shall I waste my time thinking of Krishna? If I do my duty nicely, then I will get good result. Why shall I be devotee of Krishna? This is their argument. One Arya Samaji postmaster, long ago, not very long ago, 1956, in Delhi at that time, I was publishing this Back to Godhead. So, we had concession rate for posting, and it was to be delivered to the postmaster. So the postmaster was talking with me about the paper Back to Godhead. He raised the same question. He said, if we do our duty nicely, then what is the use of worshipping God? If we become honest, if we become moral, if we do not do anything which is harmful to anyone, in this way, if we act, then where is because our paper's name is Back to Godhead. So, he was indirectly protesting, what is the use of propagating this philosophy of Godhead if we act nicely? The Arya Samaji's view, they are called, there is an English name, what is it called? I forget now. Moralist, the technical name there is. Anyway, this is their point of view. How to avoid God. So I replied that if one is not God conscious, he cannot be moralist, he cannot be truthful, he cannot be honest. This is our point of view. You study the whole world only on these 3 points: morality, honest, and dutiful. So many nice things are there. But if he is not God conscious, he cannot continue such thing. He must fail. Even there are so many instances, even amongst the devotees, because this material world is made so that you cannot continue this principle perpetually. That is explained in the Bhagavad Gita, you will find. Because the 3 modes of material nature is working, even if you are on the platform of goodness, the other modes of material nature will try to attack you. And your goodness, morality, honesty, this thing will be polluted by the onslaught of the other 2 inferior modes of nature. Therefore, sometimes we find that a very nice man committing some sinful activities. So, the decision on the Srimad Bhagavatam is Harava Bhaktasya Kuto Mahad Guna. Mahad Guna, we can find it easily, just like we say that no illicit sex, no meat eating. We consider this is sinful. But there are others, big leaders, politicians, philosophers, even religious priests, they do not think that this is immoral or this is sinful. Meat eating is sinful. Wow, what is the sin there? Illicit sex, what is the wrong there? Intoxication, what is wrong there? They do not find any immorality. So this standard of morality, there cannot be fixed up if one is not God conscious. There cannot. Standard of morality, standard of goodness, cannot. That is the decision of this Srimad Bhagavatam. Rama bhaktasya kuto mahadguna. Lack of Krishna consciousness. They think that animal has no soul. They do not accept this morality that animal cannot be killed. It is sinful, it is immoral. They have created their own theory. So without being standardized by Krishna consciousness or God consciousness, you cannot find the standard platform of morality, honesty. These things you cannot find. This is not possible. Therefore, the verdict of the Srimad Bhagavatam is Rama bhaktasya kuto mahadguna. Just like if you do not follow a standard law, how you can fix up this is morality or this is honesty or dishonesty? There must be standard law. And who can give you the law unless he is the greatest authority? So, law changes according to different countries, climate, situation. So man-made law cannot give you standard morality, honesty. It is not possible. Because one will think this is morality, another will think, no, this is not morality. Same thing. Keep to the left, keep to the right. Somebody says keep to the left is right. Somebody says keep to the left, it is right. Manorathena sato dhavato vahi. Because those who are not Krishna conscious, they are hovering on the mental plane. There cannot be any fixed up morality, honesty, dishonesty, no. And rascals will also say, jatamat tatapat. Means, whatever you think is all right, that is all right. According to you, your conception, this is right. And according to my conception, both of them are right. How both of them can be right? So these contradiction, opposing elements, will continue unless there is Krishna consciousness. So this is not a fact that the karmavadis, simply by discharging your duties nicely, this is on principle it is all right. But we must know what is actual morality. There are so many examples. Just like when there is war, to kill the enemies, that is morality. But in peaceful condition, if you kill a person, there is immorality or sinful. The process is the same. Morality or immorality, the process is the same. But sometimes it is moral, sometimes it is immoral. How it will be standardized? Therefore Bhagavad says, Dharmantu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. Real dharma, real religion, morality, honesty, they can be decided on the words of the Supreme Lord. That is it. When Krishna says, this is all right, then it is all right. When Krishna says it is not right, then it is not right. This is our decision. We Krishna conscious man, we simply accept, and that is a fact. That is a fact in this way because Krishna is the greatest authority, supreme being. Supreme means the greatest authority. Just like state says, now it is what time? If you kill a number of enemies, then you will be awarded with gold medal. The same process of killing. But at this and another time, when there is no war, if you kill one person, you will be hanged. The killing process is the same, but the judgment is given by the greatest authority, the government. This is all right, this is not right. Therefore, standard of morality means to abide by the orders of the greatest authority. That is standard of morality. This is the conclusion. You cannot make your own morality. No. When Krishna says, this is all right, then it is all right. Otherwise it is not. Krishna says, Patram puspam phalam toyam jomi bhaktya prajachyati. If somebody offers me vegetables, leaves, grains, milk, water, flowers, then I accept. So this is nice food stuff. It is to be accepted because Krishna likes to eat this. Krishna can eat anything because he is the supreme. He is omnipotent. He can eat anything. But he particularly mentions this. Therefore, food stuff made of these ingredients is nice, sattvic, goodness. So the karma that you follow morality, you will get good result. But where is your morality? Because you are disobedient to God. In the beginning of your life, you are immoral. You are disobeying the greatest authority. There is another example, a story, that a gang of thieves, they stolen some property from different houses, then out of the village they are dividing amongst themselves the booties. So one thief is saying, please divide it morally, so that one may not be cheated. Now just imagine, the property is stolen, where is the morality? There. But when dividing, they are thinking of morality. The basic principle is immoral. Where you can have morality. Similarly, according to Vedic injunction, Ishavassamidam Sadvam, everything belongs to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is His property. So, the whole planet is God's property. Whole universe is God's property. But when you are claiming that this is my property, then where is morality? If you claim others' property as your property, then where is the morality? So in this material world, such kind of morality, honesty is going on. But our morality is, if Krishna is satisfied, then it is honesty, morality, everything. There are many examples. There is a Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj is standing and his father is being killed by Nrsimhadev in his presence. So do you think it is morality that one's father is being killed in the presence of his son, and the son without protest is saying with a garland that as soon as my father is killed, I shall offer this garland to Nrsimhadev? Is it morality from material point of view? we are worshipping Prahlad Maharaj has become Mahajan, the greatest authority in devotional service, but if we study his morality, that he did not protest the killing of his father, rather he was waiting with a garland, that as soon as the killing business is finished, I will reward this. Where is material morality? There is no morality. The gopis, they are young girls, wife of somebody, sister of somebody, daughter of somebody. But when Krishna was playing on his flute at dead of night, they gave up all their engagement and began to run where Krishna is present. So, from Vedic standard of view, this is immorality. They are going to another young boy and leaving family, even somebody, some of the gopis, they left their sons also, went to Krishna. From material point of view, this is immoral. So you will find in such a way that what is from material point of view immoral, it is the most magnificent morality in relationship with Krishna. And similarly, from material point of view, what is moral, that is most, say abominable from the point of view. Just like Yudhishthira Maharaj. Yudhishthira Maharaj became very moral. Krishna advised him, just go and tell Dronacharya that your son is dead. Although his son was not dead, because Dronacharya will not die unless he hears the news of the death of his son, he will not die. So, he will not believe anyone. But Yudhishthira Maharaj is famous, very moral. So Krishna asked him that you go, otherwise he will not believe anyone. So Yudhishthira Maharaj hesitated. How can I say lies? So for this, he had to see hell. It became immoral. Man nimitte kritam papam punna eva kalpata. So our standard of morality and immorality is to see whether Krishna is satisfied. If Krishna is satisfied, then it is morality. If Krishna is dissatisfied, then it is immoral. And Krishna's representative also. Therefore it is said, Jasya prasadat bhagavat prasad. Jasya prasadat nagati kutu. Our morality is to satisfy Krishna or his representative, Guru. Jasya prasad. If he is satisfied, then it is moral. If he is not satisfied, then it is immoral. Nagati kutu. So, this karma that you act nicely and you will get nice result, that is all right, but there may be some mistakes. There are so many instances. One very great charitable king, he was giving in charity so many cows to the Brahmanas. So there was some mistake, and for that purpose, although he was all throughout his whole life, he was giving in charity. And a little mistake, he became a big lizard in the well. Therefore, the conclusion is that this material morality, immorality has no value. Spiritual morality means to abide by the order of Krishna. That is one. Whatever Krishna says, if we accept, samsiddhi haritosana, many places. Atapungvi dijasreshta, varnasrama vibhagasa, sanustitasya dharmasya, samsiddhi haritosana. in many places. Sanustitasya dharmasya samsiddhi haritoshanam. In another place that if you execute your morality principles, but if by executing such morality principle you do not, awaken your Krishna consciousness, it is simply waste of time. Wherever you go, the Bhagavad conclusion, Harava Bhaktasya Kuto Mahadguna, we have to keep in point of view that to become, Krishna also says in the Bhagavad Gita, Opiche Suduracharo Bhajate Ma Anannabha Sadhureva Samanta. Even one is on Sudurachara, not very strictly following moral principle, but he is a unflinching devotee of Krishna. He is sadhu. These things are there. Therefore, the point should be that we should not accept this karmavad or the Buddhavad or Mayavad. There are so many bad. We shall simply take Krishnavad. Simply accept Krishna. And whatever he orders, whatever he likes, for his satisfaction, we shall do anything and everything. That is our moral. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. What is the modern scientific view?
That there is no soul and life comes from matter.
Haribo. Who has a similar philosophy?
Buddha.
Haribo. Hare Krishna. What is the aim of any philosophy or religious system? Yes.
Atyantik dukh nivritti.
Meaning?
Means misery, and they want to stop the miseries, suffering of life.
Haribo. How did Prabhupada explain Anandamaya Abhyasat, the Vedanta Sutra? Okay.
Prabhupada said, by nature we are all seeking pleasure, but we do not know how to seek pleasure. We have to realize God and then go back to God. And that is our.
So in ignorance, how do they seek pleasure?
Others, they seek pleasure by breaking 4 regs. Meat eating, he tells that meat eating, gambling, intoxication.
Haribo. Was Buddha philosophy existing in the past before Buddha came? Yes. Achha, yes. Haribo. So the philosophy was known by Lokayatikas and Vaibhashikas. These two kinds of philosophers, they did not believe. Mostly the materialistic philosopher, they have no understanding of the soul, therefore they have different kinds of theories which we do not accept. What is the purpose of Krishna addressing Arjuna as Mahabahu? What does it mean? And what is Krishna conveying to Arjuna? Yes, Balraj Prabhu.
Prabhupada says Krishna is actually criticizing Arjuna by calling Mahabhav. When he says that you are mighty armed, you have so much strength, then what is the problem for you to kill someone who is made up of matter. If you are really thinking from the perspective that that life is coming from matter, so you're going to be killing the matter only, right? So that's what Krishna is trying.
Haribo. And he gave the example, suppose this house is a combination of material elements. So if it is dismantled, who laments for it? No sane man will lament. So if you have no idea of the existence of the soul, then also you do not require to lament. Then next verse was under discussion. What was the next verse? What is this translation? That was 26th. This is 27th.
जातस्य हि ध्रुवमृत्यु ध्रुवम जन्ममृतस्य च तस्मात् परिहार्यार्थे न त्वं शोचितुम् अर्हसि. For one who is born, death is certain, and for one who dies, birth is certain. So therefore, in the discharge of duties, there is no need for lamentation.
Oh. What was the 26th verse advocating, and what does this verse advocate? Yes.
26th verse, that is about atheism, and 27th verse is about karma bhava.
Rivo. What is the meaning of an atheist in this context? Yes.
One who does not believe in God and soul.
Rivo. Prabhupada said these are correlative terms. If you understand what is soul, then you can understand what is God. If you understand what is God, then you can understand what is soul. But those who are agnostic, atheist, they neither believe in God nor in the soul. Then Prabhupada explained Karmavad further. What did he say? He gave examples also.
He says the result you get by performing your duties properly. So then what is the need of worshipping a God, one God, as you get your results, good or bad, by your performing your duty?
That is karma. Revol. What example Prabhupada gave for this? He heard one Sanskrit word also, but it was wrongly spelled there. Yes.
Karma Pada Data.
So it was written Datta there. It was not Datta. It is Data. Prabhupada said.
That means the karma pada we are getting. It is all given by God. So they say that what is the need of worshipping God then?
What example Prabhupada gave? Looks like karma phal data. So who gives? Data means who? Its answer is correct only. The High Court judge. Yeah. He is giving the judgment according to the case. Different cases, so different judgment. Harivo. Everyone is trying to avoid dash dash dash. All these philosophies, what are they avoiding? Yes, bro.
Morality, truthfulness, holiness.
That is true. That little later. Yes, here.
Existence of God.
That is a little better. This fill in the blanks is most difficult question. Only one who has notes, I think he can be clear.
Devotion service to the Lord, everybody is trying to avoid.
Rivo. Everyone is trying to avoid the principle of devotional service. It is only we, the Krishna conscious persons, we are advocating the philosophy of Bhagavatam, Manmana Bhava Madbhakto, Madhyajimam Namaskuru. Krishna says that always think of me. These Karmavadis, they will say, why shall I waste my time thinking of Krishna? If I do my duty nicely, then I will get good result. Why shall I be a devotee of Krishna. This is their argument. So nobody wants to be a devotee. So for Karmavadi, Prabhupada gave one example of one particular so-called religion. You can tell in short what is.
A postman asked.
Postman, which particular postman? Arya Samaji postman. What he said?
He said, if I am doing my duty perfectly and honest, then what is the need of God? Then Srila Prabhupada answered for that question, that if you are not the devotee of God, there is no question of your morality and honest. No good qualities can exist without becoming devotee of the Lord.
Haribo! So Prabhupada gave further explanation of this only, how this you cannot have good qualities of this morality, truthfulness and honesty without being devotee of Krishna. So how did he refute? You see, how to be devotee of Krishna? What refutations Prabhupada offered? Yes, okay, there.
Prabhupada starts by saying, unless there is a standard law of morality, there is no question of, because different people have different ways of morality. Prabhupada says that at many places something might be a moral thing, and same thing may not be a moral thing at a different place. He gives many instances of it. And then Prabhupada says that that's why we accept one authority, Krishna, as. Then whatever he says, we do as it is.
Haribo! More refutations of this point only.
Prabhupada giving one example that somewhere going to left is right and somewhere going to right is wrong. Basically, Prabhupada bent
that is explanation of his point. That is example. Yes, Keshav Prabhu.
He was also explaining about three modes of material nature. That although a person may have stand for some time on morality, truthful and honesty, but because he is under three modes, he is surely going to fail to lower modes.
So he may be in goodness because of which he exhibits morality, but the same person will be afterwards attacked by the other two modes, passion or ignorance, and then he won't be able to act in a moral way, and then that's why we see very nice man also committing some sinful activities. Haribo! One Shastric quote from Srimad Bhagavatam substantiating this point. Yes.
Prabhupada said, Harava bhaktasya kuto mahatguna manorathena dhavato sabahe.
Meaning?
Meaning, those who are not devotees, they are riding on the chariot of their mind and going
They
on
keep the chariot sometimes on the left side and sometimes on the right side. Haribo! But the problem is they are on the chariot of mind. Whether they keep it left or right, no point. So Prabhupada said many examples of actual morality. What all examples he gave? Yes.
So basically morality depends on the situation. So first example he has given that in case of war, the soldier's duty is to kill the enemy. So in that case, killing a human being is not morally incorrect. It is morally correct. But in the situation of bliss and peace, if we kill somebody, then it is morally incorrect.
And such a person will be hanged by the judge and the government. Haribo! So comparing this judge or state, whom did Prabhupada compare him with, and what quote he gave from Bhagavatam for the same point? Just like here the judge decides like that.
Prabhupada compared it with government, dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam.
So who is that supreme government?
The supreme lord, the dharma should be only considered to be the supreme and should be followed as real morality.
Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. Whatever Krishna says, pranitam, that is the dharma. Haribo! So then Prabhupada also explained how the so-called morality is foolishness because it is based on immorality only. So what example he gave? Yes, Ashok Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So Prabhupada gave her the example of the thieves. They have stolen the things from somebody else's house, and now they are deciding to divide the stolen things morally. So their basic principle of the stolen thing is already immoral. So this is basically it's a wrong thing to say that it's morally to divide.
Haribo. So that is example. So in real life, what Prabhupada gave one quote also from one of the Upanishads, and how did he explain? Same thing.
Prabhupada told that Isavasyam idam sarvam, that verse.
Means what?
Means everything is God's property. So when we are claiming that property to ours, that is only immoral. So how can morality exist?
Haribo. He gave two examples of devotees of Krishna who may appear to be immoral, but because they are devotees, that is perfect morality. Yes.
First one is about, I think second one is Yudhishthira Maharaj. And first one is about Prahlad Maharaj.
What happened to Prahlad Maharaj?
In front of him only his father was killed, but next to he's next to offer him, or he's going to reward him in next.
Whom? He is going to offer.
Narsingadev.
So
for killing his father.
Not so, that father's body is dead body now, so he's going to offer a garland to dead body of the father. He
so
offered it to Narsingadev. So how can son be offering garland to somebody who is the killer of his own father? Appears quite immoral, but it is not, because the Supreme Lord is there, and that person, his father was a demon. Hari Bol. Another example? Second? Yes, behind.
Krishna told to Yudhishthira Maharaj that...
that is later, before that. For this, that is like in the opposite direction, other direction. Yeah.
He gave the example of gopis, that they left their children, their families, their house, everything, just because Krishna was playing his flute and asking them to come. So he's completely immoral in the outside world, but most magnanimous moral.
When Krishna calls, one can give up all things and all people. Haribo. So the gopis are the highest moral people in the whole creation. No better moral people than the gopis. So then the other example was given. If somebody, a devotee also, he may apparently want to stick to morality, but when he does not follow the Lord, it becomes immoral. And what is the consequence?
Prabhupada gave the example of Yudhishthira Maharaj, that he was so truthful that only if he tells Dronacharya that his son is dead, then only Dronacharya will believe and he will actually die. So Krishna told him to tell a lie to Dronacharya, however he refused. And thus it was an immoral act, because it was done against the desire of Lord. So he had to see hell for that.
Yudhishthira Maharaj?
Had to see hell for that.
For what?
For doing this immoral act of not obeying Krishna's instruction.
Haribo. Prabhupada said, Man nimitte kritam papam punyaya eva kalpate. Man nimitte, for my sake, kritam papam. According to mundane morality, if one appears to be doing some sinful activity, punyaya eva kalpate, that is supreme piety. So what is our morality? Two things, he said. Yes.
To satisfy Guru and Krishna.
Haribo. So just to satisfy these two. Yasya prasadat bhagavad prasado. Prabhupada said this Karmavad, there are many mistakes in Karmavad. He told one mistake. What? You want to tell? Huh? No? But that's too simple a question for him. Okay. For him, some very technical, which nobody in the creation can answer. That kind of.
Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that patram puspam phalam tayam yame bhaktya prayachati. But this moralist, the so-called moralist, they do not accept that animal has soul. So they kill animal and they offer it like
some story in this context of somebody who tried to be moral according to mundane morality, but there was a mistake there. And what happened?
There was one king. He was giving charity. So there was a mistake in that, and he has to become a lizard in the well. So that was the mistake of material morality. So,
Haribo. What was the name of that king? Indraga. It comes in Krishna book, means Srimad Bhagavatam. So Prabhupada said, whatever Krishna says, that is the supreme morality. And if one does not, so pleasing him is the goal, that is morality. So which verse he quoted for this? Some few verses he quoted, stressing this point. Yes, Amit Prabhu.
Last line of this. Sonishchitasya dharmasya samsiddhir haritoshanam. This was one verse. And
meaning also you have to explain.
Means whatever duties we have in Varnashram Dharma, the ultimate purpose is to satisfy Lord Shri Hari.
Any other? Okay, one more Hari bol for that. Hari bol. Yes, Tribang Gopal.
When whatever activities, whatever morality if you follow, but if it does not arise the attraction towards devotion towards Lord, Visvaksena Kathachua, then it is Sramevahi Kevalam. It is no use.
Haribo. One more in this context only.
यस्यास्ति भक्तिर्भगवत किंचन सर्वे गुणे सत समासते सुना अराव भक्तस्य कुतो मत्गुण मनोरथेन प्रतिधावति भई. Devotee.
Was it quoted?
हराव भक्तस्य कुतो मत्गुण.
That is over. One more. Yes.
Vichet suduracharo bhajate mam. Sorry.
Meaning?
Meaning, even if you are, if one is unflinching devotee of Lord Krishna, but he is not able to follow morality of this world, but still he is considered to be a very highest moralist.
Haribo. That does not mean that devotee does all sinful activities, but in case sometimes he falls prey to some sin and it accidental fall down. So still Krishna considers him to be sadhu because he is supremely moral person, being loyal, faithful, devoted to Krishna. So what was the conclusion of the whole lecture? He is saying thank you very much. Yes.
Prabhupada said that we don't follow any kind of, there are so many vads like Mayavad, Karmavad, Bodhavad, but we follow only Krishnavad.
Means
we follow only Krishna's instruction and we don't follow anybody else.
Whatever he orders, whatever he likes for his satisfaction, we shall do anything and everything. That is our morality. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Jai Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की श्रील प्रभुपाद की समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे.